What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today, in the first day of Destiny 2 episode Revenant, as you can see right here, I was able to unlock every single Act 1 Fieldwork upgrade, including the final special key Fieldwork. So in this video, we're going to be going over what exactly you get for doing all that, as well as a bunch of tips and tricks to help you guys achieve the same as fast and easily as possible. And so, let's get started. Now, first things first, I already did put out my video on the ultimate guide for episode Revenant, going over everything you need to know at a base level for like how the season works, unlocking new tonic recipes, getting weapons, etc. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining things as if you guys already know those fundamentals. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out, it's linked right up above. But the basis of unlocking all of these fieldwork upgrades is just unlocking a crap ton of tonics. And importantly, that means unlocking a bunch of new recipes. And guys, a massive tip that's going to help with that is that some tonics will turn into multiple different new higher rarity recipes. So the base way to unlock new recipes remains the same. Spam a lower rarity tonic and you get new recipes for higher rarities. But again, we have this example here in the Onslaught tonics for the tonic of vintage Onslaught weaponry. So as you can see, this blue tonic, if I apply it, I get the chance for the vintage Onslaught weapons. So that's stuff like the ignition code, that's stuff like the chroma rush, etc. So as you can see right here, I'm going to buy this tonic a bunch, and that's going to unlock a higher rarity tonic. So it unlocks the ability to target farm the chroma rush now. But really importantly, I can then go back to this tonic of vintage Onslaught weaponry, I spam it again, and it gives me another new purple tonic. In this case, it's to focus the Sojourner's tail shotgun. So basically, how you have to think of this unlock process is you're turning the lower rarity tonics that have a very broad net in terms of the loot they get, and as you're spamming them, you're unlocking higher rarities that get more and more specific. So like the only way I was able to get this tonic of vintage Onslaught weaponry, the blue one, is that I spammed the green rarity version that had vintage Onslaught weapons as a potential reward. Then I get this blue, I spam the blue, and then I get a different purple tonic for each of the different possible weapons. And that means I can actually go back and spam this green tonic, as you can see, and it gives me a different blue tonic. So the green turns into two different recipes, and then now I have the blue tonic for getting the new Revenant Onslaught weapons, and it's the same thing. I'm just spamming the crap out of this until I get all the different purple rarities for all the different specific new Revenant weapons, right? So again, that unlock process is exactly the same. It's just that some of those tonics turn into multiple different things depending on what loot they can actually drop, right? So that is a really good indication of how it's easy to end up with so many different tonics unlocked. You're going to need a total of 30 different recipes in terms of tonics to unlock every single minor fieldwork. Therefore, that will get you every single major fieldwork and everything else. But 30 is a lot. So obviously the next massive tip involves just getting enough resources, getting enough reagents to afford to make all these tonics. Like, how do you do that? Well, it really was just a crap ton of the new Onslaught playlist. However, I do have one massive tip. I don't know how long this is going to stay in the game, but at the time I'm recording this, the Eventide Ruins map on expert difficulty is easier than all of the other expert difficulties. As you can see right here, the enemies you're facing don't even have the high level indicator. For whatever reason, Expert Eventide Ruins has really low level enemies. So you can go in there on that expert difficulty, which used to be called legend difficulty, but then you're going to be getting, as you can see right here, double chests. So even if you can't quite make it all the way to wave 50 of Expert Eventide, it's pretty likely you can make it to wave 10. And again, you get those double chests, so then you can just restart and farm up to wave 10 over and over and over again just to get much more loot than if you'd be playing the normal difficulty Onslaught. But guys, even when this does get patched, the answer to a ton of ingredients, a ton of reagents, is just Onslaught, especially because you can actually get the upgrade that will give you additional rewards for like bonus objectives and so on. And also the recycler upgrade is a really good idea that will give you reagents for dismantling the new Revenant weapons. You are just going to be getting so many if you're farming Onslaught anyways, so that ends up being a ton of just reagents. Like that is really what you're going for, is those reagent ingredients. You need a lot of them. Now, another way to get them is the actual fieldworks. Like that's so important. Every fieldwork you do, remember, is going to give you a package of those ingredients, and the major fieldworks will give you a large package. So you really don't want to leave those. As soon as you have the resources to unlock exactly the amount of recipes you need to grab another fieldwork, do that and then do the fieldwork, because that's going to give you enough resources to craft several more tonics. So after one single Onslaught run, it's probably a good idea to head back to the last city, craft some tonics. You can likely afford another fieldwork. But moving on from there, guys, what do you actually get for unlocking all of these fieldworks, especially that final key fieldwork? Well, as you can see right here, finally, we have a different fieldwork mission than the major ones that's just interact with the table and kill 15 enemies. That is so cringe, by the way. Like, who the heck thought of that? Like, what even is the point of that mission? Anyways, this very final mission does have you go to Widow's Court and fight more than 15 enemies, including this raider boss right here. Really not too difficult, but when you do get that done, you're going to actually get a new seasonal upgrade called Liquid Chronograph. So you're actually going to take that back, and as you can see, you plant it right here, and then what that actually does is, first of all, it gives you a bunch of resources, but then it unlocks a new menu, a new tab within your tonic. So as you can see right here, if I go to my enriching tonics, I can now access my resource tonics. These used to all be blank, but now, as you can see, I've unlocked the small tonic of glimmering. So this is a way to potentially farm glimmer. And in case you're wondering, I actually spent the resources to spam this green one. It unlocked the blue version, which is just a medium tonic of glimmering. I spam that, and then I get the large tonic of glimmering. So even though we actually have exotic tonics in the database, and those apparently let you focus stuff like Ascendant Shards, all the resource tonics just get you different amounts of glimmer. Yeah, so overall, I would say, like, brute forcing it and trying to unlock that final key, it's really not worth it. Like, it's just not worth it at all. However, it is absolutely worth trying to unlock all of those different target farmable weapons. Those are very, very valuable. And once you do start to get those purple rarities and those like direct weapon focusing tonics, as you can see here, you actually get a full 60 minutes of that tonic in effect when you're direct farming, which is super good because the other ones, the blue ones, are 20 minutes. So, I mean, a match of Onslaught, if you're going all the way to wave 50, takes an hour. So having to reapply every 20 minutes sucks. So definitely the purple ones, again, do have a lot of value. And then as you're unlocking all those, you're just going to be getting enough recipes to be unlocking all those different fieldworks. And again, you want to be doing them because they give you so many resources, which just means you can make more tonics. Anyways, guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.